Have you ever wanted something so much that it hurt inside your chest every night as you tried to sleep peacefully, but could not forget your quiet dreams? Do you know what it feels like to watch others move forward while you stay in the same place, feeling small, tired, and invisible in this big world? Have you ever thought that if someone gave you just one chance, one moment, one opportunity, everything in your life could change forever in a single decision? Life can feel heavy sometimes. Dreams feel far away, and the road feels long and lonely. But what if one strange meeting could change your entire life? If you've ever felt lost, tired, or unseen, this story is for you. Once upon a time, Daniel lived in a small, quiet town where dusty roads stretched far. Houses stood close together, holding simple lives, simple hopes, and many silent struggles hidden behind tired eyes. He was 28 years old, working in a small repair shop, filled with noise, heat, and broken machines that never seemed to stop coming through the narrow wooden door each day. Every morning before sunrise, slowly, carrying his old tools, his tired body, and a heart full of dreams that refused to leave him alone. He wanted something different, something bigger. He dreamed of owning his own clean shop, with bright lights, peaceful space, and people who respected his skill and effort. But dreams were easy to see, and hard to reach. His reality was very different. His clothes were old, his hands were rough, his back hurt from years of heavy work. While others in town started businesses, bought land, and built better homes, Daniel stayed where he was, fixing broken things while his own life felt quietly broken inside. People in the town often spoke about him in low voices. He dreams too much, they said. Life is not for people like him. He should accept his place. Daniel heard them. Every word, every laugh, every quiet judgment. Each one felt like a small weight added to the heavy load he carried inside his heart. At night, he sat outside his small room, looking up at the sky. The stars were far, but they gave him a strange kind of comfort. He whispered softly, "One day, my life will change." But even his own voice sounded unsure, like it was afraid to believe those words fully. Days passed into weeks. Weeks passed into months. Nothing changed. The same routine, the same tired body, the same quiet disappointment that followed him everywhere. One evening, after a long and painful day, Daniel walked home slowly. The road was empty, and the air felt colder than usual. The sky looked strange that night, darker, heavier, almost like something was waiting silently in the shadows between the trees along the road. As Daniel walked, he noticed a man standing under a large old tree. The man did not move. He simply stood there, watching quietly. The man wore a long dark coat. His face looked calm, but his eyes were deep and difficult to understand, like they were hiding something unknown. Daniel felt a strange feeling inside his chest. Fear mixed with curiosity. He wanted to walk away, but something made him stop and look closer. The man smiled gently. "You look very tired," he said softly. "Carrying dreams can be heavier than carrying stones all day." Daniel froze. His heart beat faster. "How do you know that?" he asked, his voice low and unsure as he stared at this mysterious stranger. The man stepped closer slowly. "What others do not see," he said. "I see your dreams. I see your struggle, and I can change everything for you." Daniel's breath stopped for a moment. "Change everything?" he whispered, unable to fully believe what he just heard from this strange and quiet man. The man nodded calmly. "Yes, I can give you success, money, respect, everything you have been dreaming about for so many long and painful years." Hope rose inside Daniel's heart, bright and dangerous like a sudden fire in a dark room. But at the same time, a cold fear touched his spine. "What do you want from me?" Daniel asked carefully, his voice shaking slightly as he tried to understand the cost of such an impossible offer. The man's smile grew deeper, but colder. "Only one thing," he said. "Something simple, but something very difficult when the moment finally arrives." Daniel felt his body grow cold. "What kind of thing?" he asked slowly, already afraid of the answer, but unable to stop himself from listening. The man reached into his coat and pulled out a small black box. It looked simple, but something about it felt heavy and powerful. Inside this box is your future, the man said quietly. Everything you want is already waiting for you, ready to become real. Daniel stared at the box. His hands trembled. And what must I do? He asked again, now feeling trapped between hope and fear. The man leaned closer. His voice became softer, almost like a whisper carried by the wind. When the time comes, you must do something terrible. Daniel stepped back quickly. Terrible, he repeated, his heart pounding loudly as the word echoed in his mind again and again. The man nodded calmly. Only one act, one moment. After that, your life will remain perfect forever. No more struggle, no more pain. Daniel looked around, just for this moment. His mind was full of questions. His heart was full of fear. But his life had been full of suffering for too long. Slowly, with shaking hands, Daniel reached forward and took the black box. The moment his fingers touched it, a cold feeling spread through his body. The man smiled one last time. Remember, every gift has a cost. Then he slowly stepped back into the darkness and disappeared. Daniel stood alone again under the quiet sky. The wind moved softly. The tree stood still, but nothing inside him felt the same anymore. That night, Daniel could not sleep. The black box lay beside him, silent but powerful, like it was watching him and waiting patiently. He kept looking at it again and again, wondering if everything that happened was real, or just a strange dream created by his tired mind. But deep inside, he knew the truth. Something had changed, and his life would never be the same again. The next morning, Daniel woke up with heavy eyes and a restless heart, unsure if the strange meeting from last night was real or just a dream created by his tired mind. He looked beside him. The black box was still there, cold, silent, real. His breath slowed, but his heart began to beat faster again with fear and curiosity. Daniel touched the box carefully. A strange warmth passed through his fingers, even though the box felt cold. He quickly pulled his hand back, confused and slightly afraid. He shook his head and stood up. I must go to work, he whispered, trying to act normal, trying to forget everything that had happened under that dark tree. As he walked toward the workshop, something felt different. The air felt lighter. The road seemed shorter. Even the morning sun looked brighter than usual. When he reached the shop, his owner looked at him strangely. Daniel, he said, a man came looking for skilled workers. I told him about you. Daniel blinked in surprise. About me? He asked slowly, not sure why someone would choose him when many others were more experienced and respected. The owner nodded. Yes. He said he will come again today. Be ready. This could be a good chance for you, he said with an unusual tone of respect. Daniel's heart began to race. He remembered the mysterious man's words. I can change everything for you. A quiet fear mixed with growing hope inside him. Hours passed slowly. Daniel tried to focus on his work, but his mind kept returning to the black box and the strange promise hidden inside it. Then, just before noon, a well-dressed man entered the shop. His clothes were clean. His voice was calm. His presence felt strong and confident. He watched Daniel work silently for a few minutes. Daniel felt his eyes, but kept working carefully, trying not to make any mistake under that quiet pressure. Finally, the man spoke. You work with care, he said. Your hands are steady. Your focus is strong. I need someone like you. Daniel looked up slowly. Me? He asked, still unable to believe that someone important was choosing him out of all people in that small workshop. The man nodded. Yes, I am opening a larger repair business in the city. I need workers who are honest and dedicated. Will you come with me? Daniel's heart jumped. Something he had been waiting for his whole life, without even knowing it would come like this. He hesitated for a moment. Then he said, Yes, I will come. His voice was soft, but inside, a strong decision had already been made. Within days, Daniel left the small town. He packed his few belongings, including the black box, and followed the man to a new place full of noise and opportunity. The city was bigger than anything he had seen before. Tall buildings, busy roads, and people moving quickly in every direction filled his eyes with wonder. At the new workshop, everything was clean and organized. Bright lights, new tools, and skilled workers surrounded him. It felt like a different world. At first, Daniel felt small again. Everyone seemed faster, smarter, more confident.